Hello, and welcome to the Theory of Crime and Criminology course. I'm excited about this session and the knowledge you will gain from the material. It's exciting that you are all here due to your hard work. This course will explore the concept of crime. Crime is generally understood as behavior that breaks laws established by society. However, the nature and meaning of crime are debated among scholars, and its understanding varies across different cultures and historical periods. What constitutes a crime is one society or at one time may not be considered so in another. Also, we'll look at classical criminology. This theory suggests that individuals commit crimes as a rational choice, weighing the costs and benefits of their actions. Caesar Basiria and Jeremy Bentham are key figures here, and then in positivist criminology. Contrary to the classical view, positivist criminology argues that behavior, including criminal behavior, is determined by external factors that can be scientifically understood and controlled. Russo, for instance, claimed that physical traits could identify criminals. Routine activities theory and rational choice theory. These theories propose that crime occurs when there is a suitable target, a motivational offender, and a lack of guardianship and individual rationality chose to commit crimes after considering the potential risks and rewards. Restorative justice. This concept emphasizes repairing the harm caused by criminal behavior, focusing on the needs of victims, offenders, and the community, as opposed to the traditional focus on punishment of the offender. I will also tell you more about myself and the expectations here in this video. I will advise you and allow you to contact me if you have questions or concerns. Let's start with who Dr. Russo is. Well, I'm a 30-plus year veteran of the U.S. intelligence community. I've worked in the intelligence field as an analyst for such government agencies as the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Defense Intelligence Agency, the Department of Homeland Security, various U.S. military and armed forces intelligence arms, and other government agencies. My intelligence career started back in 1990 during the first Persian Gulf War. It quickly morphed into doing anti-terrorism and force protection at the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, which kicked off my counterterrorism background, which is my precursor to working in Homeland Security. Law enforcement organizations in the U.S. intelligence community investigated ways to counter terrorist attacks within the U.S. and military bases, not only inside the U.S., but outside, where there was a military presence. After 11 September 2001, I was recalled to active duty, where I went to the National Infrastructure Protection Center, the precursor to the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. We looked at the critical infrastructure of the United States. By December 2001, we figured out that Al-Qaeda was looking at threats to the economy, critical infrastructure, power, water, transportation, and of course the economy. After reserving at the NIPC, I went on to the Department of Defense, where I served as an intelligence analyst for the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, working on the Afghan crisis. When I was released, I went into contracting, working many contracts within DHS and DOD, DIA. I then continued doing human intel, from interrogations to asset development, and took a job with the U.S. Air Force doing counter-ID operations with the Reaper, Predator, and Global Hawk. In 2010, I went to the FBI as an intelligence analyst in collection management, counterterrorism, and white collar crime, like identity theft, mortgage fraud, and healthcare fraud. I also was part of the evidence response team, working on such cases as fraud, human trafficking, child pornography, and other federal crimes. Was then transferred to the Terrorist Explosive Device Analytics Center to investigate improvised explosive device construction and manufacturing. Using many of the tools and techniques that you may have already examined or will examine and discuss not only in this course but other courses, I continue researching, studying, and writing articles for student benefit from the scholarly perspective. My word of advice to you as a student: I understand that we're all working adults. We have families, jobs, extracurricular activities. We continue living a life, and it doesn't stop just because we decide to go to school. Think of your studies as essential to block time. You should always be looking at learning, whether from just reading a book, reviewing articles, or improving your research methods. Do your research. Not just rely on thoughts, opinions, or beliefs. You want to substantiate your perspectives, positions, and arguments. These things will go a long way in your academic pursuits. Whether you will continue from a master's degree to a PhD, I highly recommend using all your available resources from the CSU library to Writing Center and beyond to expand your studies. If you need to get a hold of me, please email me at charles.russo@columbiasouthern.edu. Again, I am here for you and happy to support you in your academic pursuit.